So you're an entrepreneur. Have you always been an entrepreneur and wanting to be an entrepreneur, or has there been a time when you may have worked for others or been employed?
Oh, like from the very childhood, I knew that I will have my business empire. I don't know why, because like my parents are coaches of athletics, so they are working for governmental schools, sports schools, and their salary was quite low. So we were like I was a usual child who was looking for more money, more opportunities, because like I remember winter times when I didn't have a coat for those. I'm from Ukraine, from Kiev, and it was like -40, -30 sometimes, and I even didn't have right clothing for those times. So I was always thinking like I will grow up and I will become super rich and I will have opportunity to have everything for me, for my family, for people I like, for people I love. And I knew this from the very childhood. And so from the very childhood, I was always trying to sell something. I was looking for some opportunities. I remember even in school, like I have found with my father, like market where I could buy very like for cheap prices pens, and I like I found out that in my school a lot of people usually forget their pens, and I was thinking, oh, that's a business idea. I will bring and I will sell at school the pens. And so like this, I had a lot of examples.
And it worked? Did you do
it?
Yeah,
yes, it worked. Then I was doing athletics because my parents are coaches of athletics. So for 15 years, I was professional athlete. I was champion of Ukraine. And also I found out that a lot of athletes, they have different sizes clothing that they don't use. And there are a lot of people who would love to buy like champions clothing. So I also started to sell those things. Wow. I started my like store, online store. I was 14 or 15. Of course, it was it was very small. But anyway, I was trying to do something. And so like this, I had a lot of examples when I was trying to do something. But the real business started in... I think when I was 19, because before I was studying in the University of Bologna, business and economics. And on the first year, I realized that I want to work for Nike. But I wanted just to understand how this big company works, to implement this in my in my business empire. And so when I started to search like how to become part of Nike, there were requirements like you have to have a bachelor degree, master's degree, and 3 years like of scholarships. And I was thinking like, okay, it's like 9 years that I have to spend somewhere, and I'm only on the first year. What should I do? So I started first to send them emails, but no one answered. And like few months, no one answered to me. I was like, okay, I have to find people who work for Nike. I found on Facebook all people who were just stated that they work for Nike. And I started to write them like motivational letter, like, oh, I want to be part of Nike. You have to take me, blah, blah, blah. And so I was like 19. Again, no one answered me. But one day, marketing director answered to me and said like, okay, you can come as volunteer to one event. And on that event, I was thinking like, I will show up in my best way and they will understand that they have to take me at least as a volunteer or somehow. I just wanted to learn. So it wasn't about salaries or working for, it was about my personal growth. And I was understanding that there is something I can add to the company as well. So after some time, I became first part of Nike for, I was thinking it's only for holidays, but then they made for me job offer. And next few years I was working there. So I was working with the biggest like bloggers, celebrities, influencers. I was creating marketing campaigns, and I was only 20. And my team that I was leading were like 30, 35. So I was much younger than them. And after that, I realized that I gave everything I could And I learned everything that was interesting for me. And after that, I started my agency. And from that's like 21, everything started. Yeah.